What's going on, guys? Hope everybody's having had a good weekend. It's Springs Trades coming to you live with another week of breakdowns. So I'm gonna keep this very brief. I know the last month or so I haven't been as active on the charts because it just really has been a ton of setups on the currency side of things. And so I'm gonna break down indices and currencies and really just kind of give you guys a good understanding of what we're looking for and what we're in for the next week. So if we go to the weekly time frame on dollar, because we'll always start with dollar index first, you can see that there's just been a tight consolidated range, and we've been in this range since June of last year. Um, when price starts to get choppy like this, it's hard to predict what's going to happen next. Ideally, I do want to see the markets tend to run lower because we were in this overarching downtrend on the dollar. I wouldn't be surprised if we came up, took highs out, and then went lower. But again, it's hard to predict what's going to happen next when you have this choppy range, right? It's kind of sitting in equilibrium. So, that being said, I'm going to take a look at the indice or the currency charts. But a lot of the attention that I'm probably going to have on the markets is going to be more indice based. So this one's a little bit different. If I jump to dollar, I'm sorry, if I jump to uh, pound futures, which is the same thing again as GBP USD. There's the one thing that's sticking out to me is that we are running towards this old high, right? And so ideally, I do want to see the market come through and take this high out. Again, we're chasing buy side liquidity, so again, I want to see the market run higher. Um, with that being said, again, the fail safe for this trade would be a close, or fail safe for this weekly idea would be it's not a trade. This taking on this level here. So ideally, I would want to see the markets run up and attack this high. Right. So ideally, that's what I want to see happen this week on pound. We jump to euro again. Same idea here. This one's again still kind of in the same range as dollar. Uh, it's just a little less clear on pound. Or I'm sorry, than pound. Again, same thing here. I do eventually want to see this market run higher, but we're just in the consolidated range. So if I jump to the 4 hour, the range is probably still there, but I could also see the market running lower. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to stay away from pound and euro this week, unless there's something that's just very obvious. Um, I'm going to jump to, let's see, 6J, which is Japanese futures, just to see if there's anything different going on here that we could take advantage of. So this one looks a little bit clearer. Six J also looks like it's going to continue to run lower. We have these relative equal lows sitting right there. So we know there's liquidity building up underneath there. So potentially the market could run lower. Something like that, where it takes out the last week's high and then runs lower. So if we look at indices, again, these markets are moving extremely bullish. The only thing when you're trading is trading these higher time frame or trading these projections where the market's already taken out all-time highs or consistently taking out all-time highs. What we have to do here is really just take it back to the basics and really just say, okay, our target for liquidity is going to be the high of last week. That's the only thing that we can safely project right now. So again, if the market takes this high that's set, then that's going to be my trade. Or I will be looking for a reversal. We'll trade back into it, maybe an old fair value gap, and then continue to run higher. So you could see something like this. Something like that. If we run this high, then trade back into this old fair value gap that's sitting right there. So something like that. ES, same idea. We sweep the last week's high and trade directly back into the range. So say here we are kind of the same thing, right? Where we can see the market. Again, we don't want to really bet against this because it is a very strong bullish move. We are experiencing bullishness, but I wouldn't be surprised if we come back and take this range, right? Kind of do something like this, take out the high of last week, and trade back into this old fair value gap. If we invert this, then we could run lower. But ideally, I'd like to see the market hold this level. And honestly, what I'll be looking for is situations that give us our clean setup, our running of sell side before we run higher. So something like this, maybe we take out the high of last week there, boom, trade back into the range, and then take things higher. If we take out the low here, this is our fail-safe level. Again, the level that we put there, just in case the market wants to run lower. So again, I could see us coming out maybe Sunday, Monday, trading back into this fair value, taking out the old high, the all-time high, trading back into the range again, and then starting the market to run higher from there. So, or if you don't even want to think about that, but ideally, I'd like to see the market trade back into that range and then run higher. Let's look at YM real quickly. We'll call it a day. So a couple things here. This is pretty obvious. Market trading back into this overall fair value gap, and then we want to see the market run higher once it does. Cool. One thing I want to note here too is this three drives pattern. A lot of times you'll see the market tap 1, 2, 3 into an area of liquidity, or I guess in this case support, or I'm sorry, resistance. So you'll see that happen a lot of the time. So wouldn't be surprised if we take this opportunity to dip back into the market. I can tell that we did gap up, or yeah, we did gap up over the weekend. So I will note that. So yeah, something like this again, trading back into the range, taking things higher. You can see here that we already did fully run this, mitigate this gap with that old wick there too. So I will be watching to see if we can take out one of these old highs. But as of right now, again, we're still bullish with a couple of bearish tendencies here. So ideally, that's all I got for you guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this quick little mini breakdown. And if you guys have any questions, send me in the chat. Peace.